Adulting is interesting. There are days where we're super productive, do everything on our to-do list, run errands, attend lectures. You may even have time for extras. But there are days where even 12 hours of sleep and being in bed the whole day is simply not enough. And it'll never be.
Just woke up, so I'm very puffy. Today I'll go with the calming serum because I have a pimple. Let's use a moisturizer too before my sunscreen.
Moving on to do some work for today. Since this was filmed a while back, I was working on a skincare blog that I did as a part-time job. I study biochemistry at UCL and I'm immensely fascinated by pharmaceuticals, skincare, and cosmetics. So getting a part-time job as a scientific copywriter really helped me in deepening the knowledge that I had for the industry and fostered even more appreciation for the industry. And using my biochemistry degree, I was able to render complex scientific terms into layman terms so that it is accessible for everyone. Coming to London, a whole new country, to pursue my tertiary education is an absolute privilege. But with that came a lot of formative questions that I started to ask myself and ponder upon. I found myself standing head to head with my cultural identity, something that I would have never questioned in the comfort of Malaysia. I think to sum up what I was feeling, I remember reading a quote somewhere, and it states that, "Is it the legacy or the act of assimilation that is the most value to our sense of self?" For me personally, I never was really in direct contact with the Western hemisphere of the earth. The only contact that I have was through the media, through shows, through social media. I guess it never really occurred to me that I was different because I was always in the comfort of Malaysia. I was always in the comfort of my home country. I remember first moving into my flat and meeting my flatmates. They were lovely. However, I remember this one girl told me, she's like, "You're Malaysian, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, how do you know?" She said, "Well, I can hear it from your Malaysian accent. It's really heavy. And I've gotten this on multiple occasions in restaurants and in school that I didn't even realize that we had an accent. That was definitely one of the examples that I was made aware of my identity. I was made aware that in this foreign country, I was a Malaysian. And I could have done a few things with my cultural identity, having it being made aware to me. I could have chose to assimilate, which means completely foregoing my Malaysian identity and adhering to this Western style life. Or I could have adhered to my cultural roots, to my heritage, and not change at all. But I realized really quickly that this was not a black or white situation. I could not move forward without assimilating. However, I could not move forward if I completely forgot where I came from and forgot my cultural identity as well, because that played such a huge part in my sense of self. And so my number one philosophy is to do everything in moderation. I am a firm believer that too much of something is never good, and instead of fighting for which is better, if assimilating is better or preserving your authenticity, why not just combine the best of both worlds and do it in moderation? Or they will refer to you as a banana, so yellow on the outside, but white on the inside. I think that this mindset has to change because pursuing one's education overseas definitely will bring upon assimilation, and instead of deeming the person not worthy of each of this beautiful identity that they created, why not just accept that they have this harmonious blend of the two? I absolutely adore being Malaysian because being Malaysian is such a unique experience. You have a grasp of so many languages and thus are able to converse with people from different walks of life that I would have otherwise been unable to because of the language barrier. I don't even have the words to describe the way the auntie and uncle's faces light up knowing that you speak the same language as them. I guess it's extremely assuring knowing that there is people like you. Even in a foreign place, languages connects people. It is truly the only words I can to describe this is kaki lang. You're so happy to see kaki lang in overseas. I just tested out a new 日常妆容 and I think it's really nice. But I don't know if I have the patience and the stamina to do this every day. So on the days that I have patience to do it, I'm gonna do it. And you! I followed this hair tutorial on Xiaohongshu and I think it came out pretty nice. But I'm not really too sure about using heat on my hair every day. Maybe I'll go get a heat protectant if I am committed enough to do this every day. But yeah. On the way to grab some dinner. It's always great catching up with my friends during our weekly TGIF sessions. We get to bond, share what's happened in the week, and overall it's a great way to unwind after a very hectic week. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.